The time has come for a grammar video. Today I want to do a little bit of a comma review, and I am going to teach you one other comma rule that we may or may not have covered in class, but I just want to go over it anyways. So the first one that I want to go over is commas with conjunctions. This is really when you have compound sentences. You've got two independent ideas in the sentence combined with a conjunction. So basically, you need to look at the sentence, and if yes, there are two independent clauses, yes, you're going to use a comma. If there are not two independent clauses, then you will not use a comma. I have to tell you, this is the easiest one to check yourself on, and it is probably one of the most frequently misused comma rules. So really, you have to remember to look both ways. Just like when you were a little kid and mom and dad used to yell at you, look both ways before you cross the street. Here I am yelling at you, look both ways before you insert the comma. So let's try it. Jack's priority is hunting, but Ralph's is rescue. Where would you put the comma in this particular sentence? That's right. You would put it right here after hunting, because Jack's priority is hunting is a complete sentence, and Ralph's is rescue is a complete sentence. Piggy is threatened by Jack but reassured by Simon. Where would you put the comma? You would not, because reassured by Simon is not a complete sentence, therefore you would not have a comma in this sentence. Moving on to parenthetical elements. These are explanatory words and phrases that are inserted into a sentence. And a lot of times students want to put parentheses around these explanatory words and phrases, but instead we're going to use commas because it's cleaner writing. Generally, these parenthetical elements can be moved around the sentence as well. So for instance, Allison meandered into class late as usual and sat down. Late as usual is this explanatory words and phrases. It's not needed. I can just simply say Allison meandered into class and sat down. Simple. But I'm wanting to add this extra information that this is not a one-time occurrence. It's a reoccurring thing. So I've got that parenthetical phrase late as usual in there. Now, as I said, you can move these phrases around. I can say late as usual, Allison meandered into class and sat down. I can also say Allison, late as usual, meandered into class and sat down. All three of these sentences have exactly the same meaning. It's just these parenthetical phrases can be moved around in the sentence depending on where you want the emphasis to be. So I want you to try it now. Where would you put the comma in this first sentence? Determined to kill a pig, Jack made himself a mask. That's right, you would put the comma after pig. Now, you could also say Jack, determined to kill a pig, made himself a mask. And it has the same meaning. Notice also, I don't have to have the determined to kill a pig. The main idea of this sentence is Jack made himself a mask. The reason the determined to kill a pig is in there is because it's explaining why he made the mask. The next sentence, the little ones, scared of all things that go bump in the night, turn to the big kids for help. This particular one, the little ones, comma, scared of all things that go bump in the night, comma, turn to the big kids for help. But notice I can also move this phrase, scared of all things that go bump in the night, to the beginning. Scared of all things that go bump in the night, comma, the little ones turn to the big kids for help. So I can move this phrase around, and it's parenthetical. It's not needed, but it is giving extra information that gives clarity to the sentence. Finally, introductory clauses. Okay, we did talk about these before. These are those clauses that are at the beginning of a sentence, giving additional information. The when, the why, the where, the how, all of those type of things. They generally have an introductory adverb. After, although, even though, because, since, while. These are just a few of these introductory adverbs. But these are the types of words to be looking for as these key words for introductory phrases. The clauses can't stand on its own. They are dependent clauses. No introductory clause is going to be its own sentence. And they generally can be moved to the end of the sentence and still make sense. So again, it has that mobility factor, and so that's part of the idea that is this independent clause. Most independent clauses have that mobility factor because they're dependent. Think of them as little kids. Little kids are dependent and they're always on the move. Same thing. So let's try it. After practice was over, Tina walked home. This could also become Tina walked home after practice was over. Notice there's no comma when I put it at the end of the sentence. Okay, that's because at this point it's no longer introducing. The main clause is coming first, and that's important here. So now you go ahead and try it. Before he went to his secret place, Simon helped the little ones get fruit. Before he went to his secret place is our introductory phrase, so we would need a comma after that. It could also be Simon helped the little ones get fruit before he went to his secret place, and it means the exact same thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to test your skills. You need to write 3 sentences for me. You need to write one with a parenthetical phrase, one that's a compound sentence or commas with conjunctions, and one that's an introductory clause. Here are topics for these sentences. I want you to write one sentence about Jack and Ralph's roles in the novel, one about Piggy and Jack's relationship, and one about the description of the island. You choose which topic is going to be for which type of comma rule. These will be collected for a grade, so please make sure that you double check your work, look both ways, try moving things around, and see if things can stand on their own. If they can stand on their own, that's a whole nother story.